Welcome to King of the Palace. I'm standing here this week with this week's bowlers. To my right, no stranger to King of the Palace. He's been here plenty of times, even when we don't want him to. With a roll-up score of 684 to number 3 seed, Johnny Blaze. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Is it?
I mean, after what you just said, maybe not, but nah, it's going to be a fun match.
Okay, you think so?
I hope so. I don't know. Joey's a good bowler, so we'll see what happens. Throw good scores.
Is that all you got?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know.
Okay, that's it.
I'm just busting him. Good luck to you.
I know.
And to my left, the number 5 seed, Joey Lister, after last week defeating Casey McCool. Welcome back.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on you going to squish the squirrel? Or?
Oh, I'm going to throw nuts all over the place so we're all confused.
Ooh, I like it.
Guy.
I like that.
I like this guy.
All right, well, good luck to both of you. And I'll see one of you, Joey, in the 11th box. Good luck to both.
Welcome, everyone, to the King of the Palace. This is week number 2, where we see the number 3 seed, Johnny Blaze, versus the number 4 seed in Joey Lister. Up first on alley 3, no stranger to the King of the Palace, Johnny Blaze, a.k.a. Squirrel, a.k.a. Ghost Rider.
Or Squirrel Rider, if you prefer.
Yeah. I was bowling next to him and qualifying him, and
No one cares.
him and I were going round, bout for bout.
Who, Joey?
No, Blaze.
Blaze? I wasn't listening for a minute. I'm sorry.
Where's Steve?
Nothing normal there.
Women.
Oh,
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze comes out of Southbridge, Mass. His qualifying score was a 684. His average is a 115. He's been bowling for 15 years. His high single is a 186. His high trip is a 421.
Wrecking a rack.
Nice comeback.
Dave's dying.
Apparently. Up now on alley 3, Joey Lister. Beardo. Is that a bearded weirdo, I'm assuming?
Yes, that sounds accurate.
Oh, right in his face. So what?
Way to answer.
Way to drop a hammer.
Joey's getting 3, you said?
Yeah. Joey Lister comes out of Manchester, New Hampshire. His average is a 111. He's been bowling for 26 years. His high single is a 174, and his high trip is a 439.
Stay tuned in a couple of weeks. We got a nice treat for you.
We do.
We do.
I feel like I just missed something.
The person bowling.
Person bowling.
Okay.
Got bowling in their blood.
Oh, yes, sir. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors, North End Mazda Subaru in Lunenburg, Mass. Visit buynorthend.com or visit them in person and see Marty Babineau and his excellent sales staff on a new or pre-owned Mazda or Subaru. Squirrel working on the mark.
I want to give a shout out to Mike Morin. Waiting for him to come back. Oh! Close to a double. What a wiggle.
Also want to give a shout out to my good friend George. Go to YouTube, type in Watch Me Suck at Bowling, and watch him do all sorts of parodies on Candlepin bowling, duck pin bowling, and 10-pin bowling.
You get 5 pieces of wood. Hopefully one of them is going to work.
Well, sometimes more wood
I know.
isn't that great.
Right down the middle of the plate.
He wants that 10-pin to go, but it doesn't.
Leaves the 4-7-10 with a whole bunch of junk on the deck. Want to give a shout out to everybody out on YouTube land, Facebook, and on local access. Thank you for tuning in and watching King of the Palace Season 7. Oh, wow, he gave that thing a ride. Well, we got to pause for the action because we got a stooge down.
Is that a 7-fill or a 6-fill?
That would be it was
7.
4-7-10.
Yeah. Thank you to all 871 subscribers. Come on, let's hit that 1,000 mark before the end of the season. You can do it.
Makes you wonder. I just saw things I don't want to ever see ever again.
You can't unsee them.
No, you cannot.
That puts Blaze at 55 through 4. Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
I love Adam Sandler.
Beardo on alley 3. Working on a mark.
Getting a lot of splits.
Beardo comes out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Bowls out of Lakeside Lanes. He's averages a 111. He's been bowling for 26 years. He's 174 and his high trip is a 439. I think I already said that, didn't I?
What a shot.
I think so. Nice pair though.
I don't remember. I didn't do Blaze, I don't think.
That sounds like a personal problem. Goes it with 7. It's my 48.
Think he's gonna play the wood or we're at the pins?
I would play the pins, but it depends on what kind of day you have. And if you feel a little off, you would play the wood.
Just
Be
like
safer.
that?
Yep, it should be safer. Ooh, ball. So after 4, Joey Lister at 58, working on a spare. John Blaze at 55.
Johnny Blaze comes out of Sturbridge, Southbridge, Mass. His average is a 115. He's been bowling for 15 years. His high single is 186. His high trip is a 421.
I don't think I've ever seen this lead before.
Oh, I have.
Aces and eights, baby.
Yep.
Not lately, anyway. At least.
Not for a while, yeah.
Steve would have a name for that one too.
the pail or whatever, I don't know.
The peyote.
Peyote.
The Nixon piece.
Yeah? Yeah.
Oh, right down the middle of the plate. Look at this.
Or the hippie.
Leaves the 2, 4, 7, 8 with a whole bunch of junk on that deck and one up against the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, that wood should help him pretty decently. I think it's angled just enough to take the 8 pin.
Oh, nice pickup.
He didn't hit it conventional, but it went.
You know, I think I do think that you bowl to the level of your competition.
Yeah.
I think you do.
Yep. Wow, look at that disaster.
Well, it's a favorable leave. Leaves the 4, 7, 8 and the 9 with some junk on the deck. Rule of thumb is go right at the right side of the 4.
Or play the wood off the wall and try to sweep it.
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
Okay.
That sounded like. Gives me nightmares.
After 5, Joey's at 74, John's at 64.
That goes along with the things I cannot unsee.
Having a lot of fun here.
We always have fun.
Oh.
There it is. How does that happen? You throw the ball 60 feet down the alley, hit your object pin, and you're left with crap.
K-Rap.
Ooh.
Had him spread eagle 7 times today.
I had it 4.
At least he didn't keep leaving the 5 pin.
Yeah. That was inventive. Nice out of that, though. After 6, Joey Lister at 83, Johnny Blaze at 74, working on a spare. So 9-pin drop. Johnny Blaze can tie it up right here.
Johnny Blaze. His home alley's bogey lanes, and lucky strike lanes. He also does duck pin in Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Maryland.
Lucky Strike is the duck pin house.
Yep.
Wow.
He bowls doubles at bogey lanes. His favorite shot is nuttin' standing. Nuttin'. He said nuttin'.
Nuttin' honey?
Nuttin'. Just nuttin'. Nuttin' standing. His least favorite shot is a 7-10 split.
Which is...
When the hell did you turn redneck?
Oh, come on now. My family tree's a reef.
Little Rodney Dangerfield. Looked up your family tree, 2 dogs are using it.
Oh.
John's off the head pin to the right. He's got to get it back. Although he's got a nice favorable piece of wood in there to help keep everything in mix. That would be another Rodney Dangerfield.
Gypsy
He's
back
the
to
head pin.
school.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, did you see that one? Forget it.
She's never seen Porky's
Okay, I've actually seen that.
or Revenge of the Nerds.
I've seen part of it.
Part? What did you get part of it?
Okay, when these things are on TV and there's a ton of commercials,
It's
or
past
you
her
have
bedtime.
to leave, it's not past my bedtime. But like, if you have to leave to go do an errand and you don't have time to watch it,
Beardo on alley 3. Bulls on the Wednesday Night Fun League and the Thursday Night Sportsman League. His favorite shot is the Peppermint McGillicuddy. And his least favorite shot is the 3-6-4. Ooh.
Just missed it. Ball drifted to the right on him. And grabs the 10. 5-pin lead for Joey right now, box to box. 93 to 88. And he's up against an open from Johnny Blaze, so he can add a little more pins to his lead. Nice mark right here.
Oh, there you go. Ooh. They used the 8-pin. A whole bunch of junk on the deck.
Triple wood.
And it's none of it's angled right at all. Hopefully you can get a look at it. Ugh, it's tight.
Oh,
Right
it's
in the
just just in the way. I would play that. Try to spin it in.
Spinning in.
Spin it in.
A little slap and a tickle.
Yeah, he got slapped, all right.
And no tickle.
No tickle.
No tinkle.
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 Really?
KOTP.
After 8, Joey Lister at 102, Johnny Blaze at 97. Close match, 25 pins.
Still that right.
Wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving.
Yes,
One of my favorite times of the year. Food, food, and more food.
absolutely.
And food.
Don't kill everyone on Black Friday.
And dessert. And food. And more food.
Did you mention food?
Of course I did. Food.
He didn't mention pie though.
I like pie.
Ooh. Wow, that was a rocket.
He's throwing a little harder right now.
Also want to let everybody know in the Fitchburg, Leominster, Lancaster area that we are doing the 7th annual Toys for Tots drive. Bring a new or an unwrapped toy to the alleys, and in return, you guys will get some free bowling.
For a great cause.
It is. We've been doing it for 7 years, and unlike everybody, like the Toys for Tots, like the military does, there's something about it that I think it's a great organization, but I think that I was touched when I first did it, the first year, but ever since then, I don't like the idea of families degrading themselves and filling out an application to let them know that you need help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do my part here, and then I put it out on Facebook, you know, and I have them message me privately. Every family that every
Nice shot.
that was a great shot. Every family that we've helped over the years has been anonymous.
Good.
You know, and I can't do it alone. So everybody here at the alleys are like one big giant family, and they all bring something in. You know.
You hate when that happens. You throw a great spare like that
Yep.
and punch through the middle.
Or you throw a nice
half-whistle.
strike ball and get a refill.
Yeah.
Forfill. Forfill. You know, we have raffle baskets that were donated. You know,
What an out.
Amber made them, so they came out really nice. And all the money that's raised for those, we put in a pool, and you know, I'll go out and buy toys for the kids. You know, all different ages.
Yeah, we're gonna do the drawing for that first week of December.
So contact Elaine's or one of us. Well,
Yep.
probably them. I'm not here, so.
No, but Dennis can get a hold of
I
us
can get a hold of
if
him.
you
I was
do
gonna
it
say
on
you can
YouTube.
tell us.
So after 1, Joey Lister at 123, Johnny Blaze at 133.
Wow, great match.
Cool. Not a lot of good leaves. Though.
You know what? I understand that his name is Beardo, but how cool would it be if it was like that magnificent Beardo?
Maybe you should tell that to him.
He's not a magician.
Why do I hear music?
Good question. And it starts off with a $10. Nice 9-pin drop, couple pieces of wood.
These microphones pick up everything. It's
Yeah.
I know.
pretty impressive.
Yeah. Nice spare for Joey.
God forbid somebody goes to the bathroom. Oh, man. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors, North End Mazda Subaru in Lunenburg, Mass. Visit buynorthem.com or visit them in person and see Marty Babinow's excellent sales staff on new or pre-owned Mazda or Subaru. Also, go to YouTube, type in Watch Me Suck at Bowling and see my good friend George, who's a strong supporter of the King of the Palace. And he does parodies on Candlepin bowling, 10-pin bowling, and duck-pin bowling. And you could always, if you ever want to know in the area, you know, you may see him at your local Candlepin or duck-pin or 10-pin house doing episodes of Watch Me Suck a Bowling. And go over and say hi to him. He's a good guy, you know.
Maybe you'll get on camera.
And also want to give a shout out. If anybody knows a company or whatever that like to sponsor the King of the Palace, just get a hold of Dennis or myself or Amber via Facebook or YouTube. And I get you all the paperwork, and it's a great way to get your business out there.
Go that Mazda said they get a lot of calls from people that see them advertised on here.
Yeah, absolutely. And George gets a lot of views on YouTube and a lot of extra hits on YouTube. It's like cross-promoting. I almost said cross-contamination. But no, it's cross-promoting.
What a hit.
Oh, there it goes.
And he throws a strike on top of it.
You know, and
Wasn't sure if it was going to go for
it
that
helps
for a
out.
minute.
I know.
It helps out the prize fund for the bowlers, and helps us continue doing what we do.
Absolutely right. Oh, well, that's why you get two. Shooting a new Palace.
Oh!
Oh, 4 on the strike. That hurts. Especially when he's down.
Oh!
Nice out of that.
What are we sitting at, boss?
Well, Joey's at 55 through 4. Box to box, pins already down. Joey's down 9 pins.
When on alley 3, Johnny Blaze, when he's not chucking rocks, he's a material handler. Ooh, jeez. He enjoys duck pin bowling, spending time with his friends and family, and he wants to give a shout out to the Stooge. You all know who the Stooge is, and his grandfather.
Dennis.
And he says his grandfather is still the man,
He left the 5-pin, Dennis.
I see that.
better known as the Kingpin, right?
Well, I'm making fun of Dennis because of last month. I heard stories.
Well, that he kept on missing the 5-pin
Yeah.
by that much.
Yeah. Like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
But he did throw a 425 to make the New England Candlepin show.
424.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh!
Wow, nice
Another
ball.
9-pin drop.
That puts Blaze back up to the 10 pins he was originally, because both bowls are at 47 box to box after 3. And he makes the spare, 3 in a row.
We're just motoring right along.
50 in bonus for 10. After 4, Joey Lister at 55, Johnny Blaze at 57, working on his spare. 12 pins box to box.
Oh, Joey got a break. Big break. This might go if it.
Oh, that,
Oh,
that
no,
other
that
piece
last
of wood.
piece of wood that came in.
Yeah. But you're still going to play it the same. Toss it and hope it. Yeah.
Ooh.
If that second piece of wood didn't roll up behind it,
Yep.
it would have been fine.
It would have been all academic.
All right, Joey needs to buckle down. He's down 12 pins box to box. He needs marks.
When Beardo is not bowling, he is a beard grower. He also enjoys ball hockey, softball, and marbles. Marbles?
Little left.
Marbles.
He wants to give a shout out to his mommies.
You have no marbles.
Marbles?
You didn't see Major League either, did you?
No.
Oh, you have?
That was like not for a long time.
Actually, I think that was the second one, wasn't it?
Major League? No.
No, yeah, there was the second one that had the.
The Chinese guy.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, the Oriental guy.
Yes. That was hilarious. You have no marble. I love comedies.
Yep.
Johnny Blaze working on the spare here.
Ooh. Leaves the 4.
I think he figured out what he was doing wrong.
No, it's like at least his third 9 drop in a row.
9.
Ow.
His string so far is 9, spare 9, spare 9, spare 9,
Spare.
spare.
See if he can,
Take that all day long.
yeah. That'd be cool if he did.
I noticed he's throwing harder than he was the first string. So my guess is that when he was throwing at less velocity, that's when it kept tailing to the right on him.
He juiced.
Maybe.
He juiced it.
We don't P-test people here.
Oh, it's
Oh,
only
he
an
messed it
8
up.
drop. Good going.
So now I got a question for you, Dennis.
I have an answer potentially.
While you're bowling, if you throw the ball down the alley, right? But you do not go over the foot foul line, but you do cross over into another alley.
Spare, though.
Yep.
Is that still a foul?
Yes. Especially if you fall over the ball rack into the next lane.
I'm waiting for Amber to do that one.
I've never done that before.
Oh, I've seen it done.
I've never done that. I'm not that clumsy. Don't look at me like that.
Well, you do bowl off the wrong foot, so
Okay.
if anybody has the potential to do
I'm
it,
not
it's
the
you.
only one that bowls off the
No,
wrong
you're not.
foot.
No, you're not.
There are some very good bowlers that bowl off the
Yep.
wrong foot.
But most of them don't fall out of vehicles either.
Okay, you know what?
And bounce.
I did. So,
$9 for
It
Joey.
bounced.
so there was one morning at work. I twisted my ankle on the way to work, so it was like loosey-goosey. I went to go step out of the big bus van thing that I drive, and I stepped down, and I stepped on that ankle, and it twisted. So I kind of fell out of the bus.
Oh, drops a bomb.
You're a mess, Amber.
And he keeps making fun of me, saying
She's
that
the-
I did not bounce off the
She's the,
ground.
she's the only person I know that can fall into a car.
No, I did that a couple weeks ago.
What about falling upstairs?
Oh.
I've done that.
Another 9.
Another 9 drop.
Oh, I do that on a constant basis.
That's just because you're in a rush and you miss a step.
Blaze is just killing it right now.
Except for
You
that
had
time.
to say that.
Well, he went from up 10 pins when the string began to up 39 pins right now.
Yeah. Oh, he's marking every box.
Except for that one.
He got a 10 though.
He's up to 40 pins right now. He's up against a strike.
Want to give a shout out one last time to our sponsors, North End Mazda Subaru in Lunenburg, Mass. Visit buynorthend.com. Also, go to YouTube, type in Watch Me Suck at Bowling, and see my good friend George do parodies on Candlepin bowling, duck pin bowling, and yes, 10-pin bowling. Also want to thank everybody out there on YouTube, Local Access, and on Facebook for tuning in to the King of the Palace. We can't do what we cannot do what we do without you. And
Wow.
also, want to thank all the
Heck of a
bowlers that
shot.
came out. We had a pretty decent turnout this time around. December 1st is the next King of the Palace. It'll be the 80% tag team doubles. And
Yeah.
that should be, I love those shows because it's just so fast and so quick.
And just to clarify, the doubles could be 2 men, 2 women, or mixed.
Yep, you
Doesn't
bring
matter.
in your partner.
Bring in your own partner. We don't pay you up this one.
Nope. Oh, that's only in the mixed random.
You have to have a certain amount for your averages mixed together though. Isn't it minimum of
Minimum of 200, maximum of 240. Just to keep it on a kind of even playing field. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You don't want 280 average bowlers coming in and just getting like 100 pins a string. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think we've had somebody come in before with 2 lower averages and they won off at 200. So they
Right.
were at a disadvantage.
Yeah, they were like 196, and they said we'll take the 200.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that, that's fine, but you're going to be based on the 200 minimum. But you cannot be over 240 for 2 people. So as of right now, Joey Lister is at 109 after 9. And John Blaze is at 123 after 8. So it's pretty much academic.
That Johnny Blaze will move on. Johnny
Oh, he
Blaze.
steals the 10.
Johnny Blaze's next opponent will be Mr. Matt DeTulio, who is also no stranger to the King of the Palace.
So Joey throws a 119 second string for a 2-string total of 242.
Good bowling for Joey though today.
Yep. And Johnny Blaze is already at 256. So it's academic. I hate this lead with a passion.
Another 7, Phil.
Oh, yeah, the 4-7-8.
He tried to do
He
it
did
again.
try.
It's a hard shot.
It is.
It's always the 8 pin that gets you too. Sometimes it's the 7 pin.
That's $10. Puts him at 140.
I'm gonna tell you, next week when Johnny Blaze faces Matt DeTulio in qualifying, it was Matt on one side, me, and then Blaze. And Matt was throwing a pretty decent ball and a lot of marks, a lot of strikes, a lot of spares.
And he came in late too.
Yep. Ooh, nice pickup. The lanes don't need to be juiced for that, man. That was just all skill.
Yeah, he's throwing a nice hard ball right now, so he's getting a lot of mixing action. He's at 150 plus. Good place to leave it. 155.
Great bowling.
2-string total of 288. John Blaze had 11 spares and 1 strike. Joey Lister had 4 spares and 3 strikes.
I want to thank everybody that came out and tuning in. I want to thank the OEPD, Dennis and Amber. Let's get to the 11th box with the nose.
Welcome to the 11th box. Unfortunately, I'm here with this week's winner. Squirrel! I'm just kidding. I like Johnny. Great bowling, John. 133, 155, 288. How'd you feel?
A little nervous actually to start that match. I don't know why, maybe sitting a little, but pretty confident towards the end. Joey actually, I think, probably should have been closer to me with how much he was hitting the head pin. He just didn't have some of the breaks carry, and I just kind of took that as momentum.
I noticed in the first string, sometimes, even though you threw a 133, your ball was tailing to the right a little bit, but you looked like you were throwing it a little easier. And then the second string, you just came out blasting with a fireball, and obviously it worked for you.
Yeah, a little tight. It gets a little cold in here when all the people leave, so.
A lot cold in here.
Yeah, so my wrist was a little tight. That's why I usually force it right. So it happens.
Great consistent bowling though, but it doesn't get any easier because the number 2 seed with a 705. Matt DeTulio is coming up next week. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, a long time coming for him. He made the show once before, and he deserves to be on here more often with the ball he throws. So hey, he's a buddy of mine too, so it'll be a fun match.
But just think of that. He's only the 2nd seed with a 705.
Yeah, I was looking at the numbers before, and I was thinking maybe 670 wouldn't make it in, and that's when you know you got to bowl well scratch. Handicap doesn't really even matter at that point.
Right.
So.
Well, good luck. I'll see you and everyone next week.